This is the Medicine Hat and District Chamber of Commerce with your daily COVID-19 update for March 27th. A major change was announced today by the Prime Minister in his daily press conference. The previously announced 10% wage subsidy has been increased to 75% to help small businesses keep operating and retain their employees. This 75% wage subsidy for qualifying businesses is for up to 3 months and retroactive to March 15th. We expect details on eligibility criteria will be shared before the end of the month. The Government of Canada is now allowing businesses, including self-employed individuals, to defer all goods and services tax and harmonized sales tax payments until June, as well as custom duties owed for imports. The deferral to June of GST/HST payments, as well as customs duties owing on imports, will generally apply to remittances that become due in March, April, and May. These amounts would normally have been due to the CRA and Canada Border Services Agency as early as the end of this month. This measure will take effect immediately through existing authorities. The Canada Emergency Business Account will provide up to $25 billion to eligible financial institutions so they can provide interest-free loans to small businesses in the form of lines of credit up to $40,000 to businesses with payrolls of less than $1 million. A quarter of this loan, up to $10,000, is eligible for complete forgiveness. These loans, guaranteed and funded by the Government of Canada, will ensure that small businesses have access to the capital they need at 0% interest rate so they can pay for rent and other important costs over the next number of months. The Small and Medium-Sized Enterprise Loan and Guarantee Program will enable up to $40 billion in lending, supported through Export Development Canada and the Business Development Bank of Canada, for guaranteed loans when small businesses go to their financial institutions to help weather the impacts of COVID-19. Eligible institutions will conduct the underwriting and funding directly for customers in order to assist small and medium-sized companies that require greater help to meet their operational cash flow requirements. This will be available through business financial institutions who will then work with EDC and BDC to allow businesses to access those funds. In addition, hotel and other lodging providers can now delay paying the Tourism Levy until August 31st for amounts that become due to the government on or after March 27th. Hotels and other lodging providers are still expected to file returns as required by legislation and must continue to collect the Tourism Levy from guests staying at their properties during this period. Payments deferred until August 31st will not be subject to penalties or interest. There have been changes to Service Canada centres, and now all in-person Service Canada centres will be closed to the public, with clients able to access critical services online. Citizen service officers will be providing personalized support for EI and pension applications through an e-service available online and through mobile devices. To support access to critical programs and services for clients without access to technology, Service Canada Community Outreach and Liaison Service staff are contacting communities to offer alternative service delivery methods. There's now increased security for Alberta renters. Effective immediately, tenants cannot evict for non-payment of rent and/or utilities before May 1st, and rents will not increase while Alberta's state of public health emergency remains in effect. Effective April 1st, late fees cannot be applied to late rent payments for the next 3 months. And landlords and tenants need to work together to develop payment plans while the state of public health emergency is in effect. For community information and support, the City has launched an information line in response to COVID-19. The telephone service will provide information to residents and help connect them to the community resources they need. The information line is 403-529-8106. Emergency social services support is now also available through the Local Family and Community Support Services Grant Program. This funding will be used to support the range of services that are offered through various organizations. And for services to be eligible, they must address the social well-being of those most affected by COVID-19 and the measures implemented to limit the spread of the virus. As a result of the evolving COVID-19 pandemic, attendance at certain businesses and organizations across the province will now be prohibited effective immediately. Restrictions are in place for the following classifications of businesses, including close contact businesses, dine-in restaurants who are no longer able to offer dine-in service, however, takeout and delivery services will continue to be available, and non-essential retail services. People are also now prohibited from attending gatherings of more than 15, and they must observe 2 meters of social distancing. This includes open spaces such as trails, fields, and parks, and public and private gatherings. In addition, there's now fines for violations of orders. So any business or organization not following the public health order will be subject to a fine, and there's now an online complaint submission form. There's additional changes for vehicle restrictions applied to parks and recreation vehicles or recreation areas, and you can find that information on our website. And there's also been changes to Canada's Postal Service, which you can find in our daily update. In terms of our advocacy, we've been working hard for you. We've been meeting on a regular basis with our provincial and federal network, and we certainly applaud the government's responsiveness and willingness to work with the business community. Our members were clear that the 10% wage subsidy previously announced was insufficient, and the federal government clearly heard that small businesses needed more and acted decisively. We're starting to have technical briefings with government staff across our network, and we held our first one today, focused on employment insurance, the work sharing program, the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, and the Temporary Foreign Worker Program. We'll have additional teleconferences next week with briefings from government, and we'll be posting updates in our daily updates on the website. You can find the Q&A document from our technical briefing today on our website. There's also some new resources that we've added, including AUMA's Guide to Financial Supports and some support programs through Google. We invite you to connect with us, share your stories with us, and make sure you're watching our social media feeds, whether it's on our, just on our website or LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we invite you to join the YXH Business Support Group on Facebook as well. Have a great weekend, take care, and we will talk to you soon.